What is going on, everyone? It's Mega here with another Danganronpa stream. Now, lately I've been having problems with YouTube. It's lately it's been I've been having issues trying to stream. So there's a possibility when we start this stream that it may get taken down, and if that's the case, then I'll have to repost the link and do it after the opening plays. But if that's the case, then I'll just have to repost it. But we're gonna try and do it with the opening first, as always. Okay, so let's get started on the game. All right, let's hope that it's not taken down again.
Danganronpa.
Alright, it looks like we made it through the opening, so we should be good.
Danganronpa.
Alright. I tried to suppress my screaming, but it was useless. It surged out of me like water from a spring gushing out of the ground. Ryakuya, on the other hand.
Very strange. I see.
Bloodlust. They killed her. How could it not be brutal?
Interesting.
Did it for fun? What? My head was swimming. I was still really too confused to understand what he was trying to say. And before I can even begin to clear my head.
What the heck?
A body has been discovered! After a certain amount of time, which you may use however you like, the class trial will begin.
Really quickly, I realized that I forgot my notes. So let me just pull those up really quick. Okay, there we go. What the hell was that?
What?
Oh wait. There we go. Three or more people discover a body. Announcement plays. Kyo really is
Naturally.
dead. Yes. Oh, Kyo. Another game has begun. Another life and death game to uncover a killer. As everyone made their way to the scene, it felt as no time at all passed. It was like my sense of time had just taken wing and flown off. When I finally came back to myself, I saw everyone had the same look of confusion, fear, and anger. We all stood there gathered around Chihiro's body.
Damn.
Ugh.
What the?
Shut up. No, you shut up. Okay, let's start with this. No, there are more things for right now than a dumbbell. Guess I'll talk to everyone first. If I can get her. The word bloodlust is written on.
So...
It's just too strange. A murderous fiend who kills again, using a bizarre and brutal method. And at the scene of the crime, the word bloodlust is written in the victim's own blood. That's like a ghost attacking suddenly and slipping away before the police catch up to them. What kind of nickname did the internet give it to those serial killers? Genocide Jack.
What is this?
Why would anyone do that?
What?
No way!
Right, bloodlust at the scene.
Well.
Coco. Hina was pointing towards the entrance to the girls' locker room. Coco! Hina rushed over to the collapsed Toko and started trying to shake her awake.
Oh,
You know what I actually just realized? There's actually 2 Gilgameshes in the chat now. 2. Yeah.
oh.
So she's hemophobic? I imagine. I mean, technically she passed out somewhere beside her room. No, I think it should be okay. The regulations prohibit sleeping, like, on purpose. So she didn't stay on purpose, it doesn't count.
Just a second.
As if she heard you, Toko suddenly shot awake. As in, she literally jumped up from where she was laying. It was such a strange reaction. I was at a total loss for words. And she looked straight up in the air, changing her stance as she did. In no time flat, she was just standing up, ignoring the physical construction she had to go through for most of her 20 after it. Toko, are you okay?
What the heck?
She must have hit her real hard when she did.
Well...
I see!
That you're not fine. Your eyes seem strangely vacant. It might be best to take her back to her room for the time being. Hold on, rushing to investigation. The mastermind isn't behind that. After what happened last time, surely you realize it.
Don't make me repeat myself.
There's no question. Chihiro was murdered by someone among us. Isn't that right, Monokuma?
Of course!
That's how graduation works. Then it's happened again. Is that what you're saying? That another one of us killed a fellow classmate? What, does that, you got no balls? You know what? Know that? Is there nothing down there at all? Well, I'll let you pray to mine if you want. Actually, I don't have any either. Sorry.
Stop talking.
I sure did, Chunk.
It's the Monokuma file!
I know how much you must be looking forward to it.
See ya later!
No way!
Examining the course of one of our friends, having to suspect all our other friends.
Why?
Oh no! Help me! Hey!
Where do you? There's nowhere to run.
Such ignorance. Naturally.
How can I not be? If we don't unmask the culprit, we all die. That's true, but to jump into it so soon.
What?
What? Did you want to die?
Such ignorance.
Fine, then go off and die somewhere. Right now, go ahead. You're a waste of space.
Damn you!
A dead body is an object?
Piece of shit!
Chihiro wasn't an object. Show a little respect, or I'll beat some into ya.
Calm down.
Kyoko.
Because...
And
That's right.
Hey!
hold on. If that's your way, you don't gotta worry any longer. If anyone in any one killing case, the guilty party may only kill a maximum of 2 people.
Actually...
I just came up with it. I mean, if one person went around and killed everyone, your lovely student life will be over, right?
So then.
Why not limit it to one person?
Hey,
Well, in a good mystery, you don't want to miss out on at least the most potential of a serial killer angle. Just one would totally murder that possibility.
punishment is waiting for you.
Murder. Farewell for now. I'll catch you guys at the class trial.
Interesting.
Which is definitely not good. We need to uncover the culprit before something else happens.
You son of a bitch!
So, there is nothing to be done. Is that okay?
The victim was Chihiro from Fujisaki. The time of death is estimated to be around 2 a.m. The body was discovered in the girls' locker room on the second floor of the school. The cause of death was a blow to the head by a blunt object. She was killed instantly. That's all it says. Well, it's not like there's any point in complaining about it. No matter what, I gotta do what I gotta do. Monokuma file number 2 has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. Hey Makoto, did you have a second? Huh? Did you need something from me?
Naturally.
Of course. Life without purpose is quite dull, you know. So what did you need? I'm gonna let you cooperate with me during my investigation. Huh?
What?
I'm purchasing your talent, the same talent which allowed you to solve Sayaka's case. So solve? No, I just...
Stop talking.
You seem to have some limited use, which is why I've chosen you. You have the honor of contributing to my investigation. So you're inviting me to come with you? You're doing it in the most arrogant way possible, though.
Let's go.
Now then, shall we get started? But we need to get moving. There's no time to be standing around. I don't know what just happened, but it looks like I'll be working with Yakuya on this one. Okay, so let's start with this. There's a dumbbell on the floor, and there's a blood stain. There's a blood stain on the dumbbell. The Monokuma file says there was a blow to the head with a blunt object. It's what killed her. Does this mean the dumbbell was actually the murder weapon?
That's right.
I don't imagine it. It could have been anything else. Locker dumbbell has been added to truth bullets. We move this over. Alright, now the poster. The poster's got some blood on it. It must have happened during the murder. Examine the carpet. There's a fresh blood stain on the carpet. It must have been splattered with blood during the murder. Now, before we go into to actually investigate the body, I'm gonna talk with everyone. You're a very strange woman, you know, being able to touch a body without absolutely no trouble. She seems to be concentrating pretty hard. It's like she can't even hear us. You have time to talk. You have the time to start investigating. I use this locker room all the time. Now it's become decided Chihiro's death. But why was she killed in the locker room? Actually, if you think about it, she could have been killed somewhere else and carried here. She was very light. That is true. It would be hard for someone to carry her, but still. I still think she came here on her own by choice. What makes you say that? She's with... So you're saying that she came here to exercise? But according to the Monokuma, apparently she was killed around 2 in the morning. Would she really be exercising that late?
Perhaps.
Avoiding it? And instead she came to exercise in the middle of the night?
However,
So you're saying that she could have come here in the middle of the night to train in secret, but that she also would have to come with somebody else. Dude. Yeah, I do remember she said that more than once. But did she really need to get stronger that badly? You already mentioned it, but she was a girl, after all. Most girls aren't that strong. The cause of Chihiro's complex. I can't help one wondering what it might be.
What? Let's go.
But I didn't examine the body. Oh well. Examine the key. And of course with our handbooks.
What?
did you call for me?
That's right.
You know what? Let me just do this really quick. There we go. Now I can see the chat while I'm on this page.
You need something?
Sure, what's up?
Yep.
You can only enter the lock-in corresponding to the gender listed in your individual handbook. And it's possible for two people in a row to go through while the door is unlocked, correct?
Unbelievable.
And the school prohibit anyone from lending someone else their handbook, correct?
Of course.
Correct. Correctly correct. So then, that means only girls can go into the girls' locker room, and only boys can go into the boys' locker room. In other words, Chihiro's body being found in the girls' locker room means... I can see right through me? Allow me to tell you what you're thinking. Since Chihiro's body was found in the girls' locker room, the killer must have been able to get it.
So in other words,
and such, the killer must be one of the girls. Did I get it right?
Such ignorance.
Good Lord, you're simple. But am I wrong? You should pay close attention to the regulations. The answer is right in front of you the entire time. Loaning your e-handbook to another student is strictly prohibited. And the act of loaning a handbook is prohibited. Borrowing someone else's is perfectly fine. I would expect nothing less. Someone... the procedure. Agami family. You managed to sniff out the loophole in the regulations. I don't know, to me, loaning and borrowing is pretty much the same thing. You're treating me like a puny little appetizer instead of a main course that I am. Now then, since the dead can't actually talk, there's not people. They're not people anymore. They're things. Yep. Get it? Got it? Good. Wait, hold on. You're saying that's a loophole, but in order to borrow something from someone, then that means someone would have to loan it. So.
Why you?
Oh, sleepy. You're listening. Just listening to you makes me want to pass out. But be more like Byakuya and get your poop together.
Unbelievable.
Or else I'll charge you with criminal negligence. No more questions. Figure out the rest of your damned. Figure out the rest of your damn self.
That's fine.
So I'll fill you in myself. Let's head to the main hall. The main hall. That'll help you understand what's going on. We came to the main hall. So what are you looking for here? You mean I have to figure out for myself? Examine the small filing cabinet. It's an e-handbook? No, wait, there's 3 of them, but what are they doing here? So you finally found them. Huh? Did you know these were here? I happened to find them by chance myself the other day. I see that there's a system in place where the handbooks of dead students get delivered to this mailbox. So then, these 3 handbooks belong to Junko, Leon, and Sayaka. You can go ahead and confirm it yourself. Sayaka Maizono. You're right, this is Sayaka's handbook. Now do you understand? This is the key to the loophole that I revealed earlier. Ah, I get it now. Yes, there is a difference. When you're borrowing, what they mean by borrowing is that you're borrowing it without the person's permission. Meaning you could steal it.
What?
Hold on. What's
Very
wrong?
strange.
One of these handbooks won't turn on. Is it broken? The other handbook showed Junko's name when it started up. Then the one that won't turn on must be Leon's, right?
I see.
It would make sense then, yes. After all, he did get pummeled with dozens and dozens of baseballs. Oh, baseballs. Let me check. Yeah, it's still. A cruel, heartless death. You're right. It wouldn't be surprising for the handbook to break during that kind of assault.
Damn it!
Hey! Hey! What? The ebook is that ebook is essential to student life here. Crucial, integral, instrumental, a super big deal. There's no way it would break that easily. But it did.
That's impossible!
If I say it won't break, it won't freaking break. It could withstand up to 10 tons of pressure, and it's waterproof up to 100 meters, okay? I don't care how many baseballs you hit with it. It wouldn't do crap. But even my amazing does have one single weak point. It does.
I can't hear you!
It's a secret. I wouldn't want you to break in any more handbooks.
What?
Then the must have broken it somehow without realizing what its weakness was, right? Hard to say. You know what? I think his handbook isn't actually broken. But you might ask, how could that be? What just happened? Monokuma said it's not broken, but it's undeniable fact that it's not turning on.
That's fine.
Well, it doesn't... Well, I don't see any connection. Okay, so it doesn't matter now. You think so? There's something about it that still bothers me. Broken e-handbook. Okay. Okay, then. That should be enough to get things rolling. Let's begin in earnest and track down the true culprit. We need to find out who killed Hiro. To be exact, not quite. Huh? Not quite. Okay, so now I have to talk with Byakuya. To be exact, not quite. Certainly I want, but more precisely, I want to discover the true identity of Genocide Jack. Then you really think, you truly believe Genocide Jack is the one who killed Hiro?
Don't make me repeat
Absolutely.
myself.
That murderous fiend is Genocide Jack, right?
What?
There's nobody else it could be. A murderous fiend who kills again and again using bizarre and brutal methods. They're like a ghost attacking suddenly, then slipping away before the police can catch up to them. And what nickname did the internet give this mysterious killer? Genocide Jack. They say he's killed thousands of people, but that's gotta be an urban legend. Still, could one of us really be a demented psychopathic killer? You're not wrong to wonder. But words mean little right now. I have something that will prove it, and I can show you.
Don't make me repeat myself.
Is there really proof? There's something I want you to take. This will prove all the evidence you need.
It's all clear now.
Evidence that Genocide Jack is the one that killed Chihiro. Evidence? Does something like that really... Hey, you two.
I don't have time to play with you.
We're busy. Leave.
I mean... Please! I mean...
An emergency? What happened?
Well...
She's acting super... What should we do?
Very strange.
This is so cool. I must admit, I'm intrigued. I suppose we could take a second to see what's going on with her. Are you sure?
Don't make me repeat myself.
Yeah!
Wait for us, you know.
Let's go.
It looks like she's headed to the dorms, to Toko's room, more likely. Sure. So what's...
So,
That's
stuff.
fine.
So, what?
Oh, nothing. It's just that, Hina was really worried about you, holding yourself up in your room.
Leave me alone.
Yeah, sure thing. But, could you open up, just for a second?
Won't allow it.
Huh?
Won't let Genocide Jack have control.
What was that? Doesn't make any sense, right? I was afraid to leave her in her room, so I tried to bust it though. But I felt like she was holding it shut. It won't even budge.
But
What? Okay, let me see. Oh, I get it. Hey, Bianca, could you try to ask her to come out of the room, I mean?
That's fine.
Sure, whatever.
what do you want?
It's Byakuya.
That is Bianca. There's nothing we can do. Let's get back to the investigation. Hold on. Hey, Byakuya. Whoa, what was Choco talking about just now? Something about a promise? Oh, I have no idea. Another one of her delusions, I'm sure. But
Stop talking.
if I say I don't know, that means I don't know. Just like Hina. Just like Hina take care of her.
Let's go.
Byakuya? The library? Come on, let's go in. Oh,
Let's
here?
go.
And there's so much dust
In
too.
other words,
I would say there's enough value in this place to endure the dust. So let's start with the dust.
that's
Secret counts on controlling everything from the shadows. If you're ready to be disappeared for it, take a look. There's some very interesting people in there. You're kidding, right? Am I? Huh? It's a dust lamp. Oh yeah, it's the same one I saw Byakuya using.
what?
Do you have a problem with that lamp? It was here before, but I moved it over there. It's too dark there, so I thought it could be used. examine the wooden box. It's a wooden box. It's empty. Although judging from the smudge, it looks like there was something in it. I wonder what it was. There was an extension cord plugged in there. It proved very useful while I was in the library. An extension cord? Huh. Huh? What do you mean? Right, the different cold cases. They're internal documents for police eyes only. They're not the kind of thing you want to think. Well, alright. This indeed like that, huh?
That's right.
That's the report on the percentage of the National Library. It won't be declassified for another 30 years. Are you sure you want to look at it? There's no telling whose crosshairs you might wind up in. So you're trying to understand the truth. The entire reason is because the room is right here.
Interesting.
Home to classified government documents, police records. There's no things no one would ever see. Isn't it magnificent? Yeah.
Such ignorance.
That's anything that doesn't fit into your preconceived reality, you label it as a lie. Well, it's not that, just that. It's not like I totally refuse to believe it, but there's just so much. There's just so much. How can anyone put all this together? I suppose it goes to show just how much hope he truly wields. Mastermind may have wanted to provide us with enough entertainment to keep us from getting bored. What's wrong? You still can't believe? What about you? How can you believe it so easily? Things like this are usually impossible. What do you mean usual? Usual, normal, ordinary, simple. Those things don't exist anywhere in the real world. If you don't understand what they actually represent, you don't understand the nature of it at all. You don't pull punches, too. Besides, what you consider usual is based on your common sense. And what makes you think that your own common sense applies to me at all? The documents gathered here. Hold on a second, you're saying you read all these documents and more than once? But all this has to be top secret confidential stuff, right? So why? My family has a reading room just like this at our home. Ours is bigger, of course, and not as dusty. Huh? Members of the Togami family have access to any variety of government-related documents. That includes foreign powers as well as domestic. How is that possible?
So, in other words...
I already told you that there's a secret council that controls the world from the shadows. My family is a member of that council. And I have within me the bloodline that will allow me to one day bend the world to my will. But to become such a ruler, I must know all the levels of this world, backwards and forwards. So whenever I have time, I like to review whatever documents and materials that interest me. Which is why I proclaim, without a doubt, that the materials gathered here are the real thing. And what always interested it the most was the cold case. Police investigation reports. Reading through these reports have always been a hobby of mine, ever since I was little. The excellent mental exercise I've solved more than a few of these cases just by reviewing the reports. And among all these cases, one of my most recent favorites is the Genocide Jack case.
That's right.
This is complete case file. Every single report surrounding the genocide Jack cases have been compiled in here. Because there are so many, allow me to quickly summarize the main points. To begin with, there are two notable characteristics in every genocide Jack murder. The first characteristic is that at every crime scene the word bloodlust is written in the victim's own blood. And the second is that when the victims are murdered, their bodies are suspended in a certain way. Bloodlust is written in blood, and the victim's body is suspended. It's exactly the same as what happened to Shiro. Save your surprise. The best part is yet to come. For the second character, where the victims are suspended, the only ones who knew about that particular fact were the members of the police and other higher-ups. And by all accounts, nobody in the media ever found out. In other words, no one on the news, no one online, nobody knew about that aspect of each crime. Only key officials and the killer himself knew about this fact of mounting the victim. Now, if you recall Chihiro's corpse, her body is most certainly mutilated in this fashion. But how could the killer have known about this suspending the victim?
That's right.
That's the key question. But in fact, the answer is quite simple.
So in other words...
The culprit isn't a copycat, it's the real genocide Jack.
In other words...
That's right. There is evidence that genocide has hidden himself among the rest of them.
Interesting.
These are really starting to get interesting, aren't they? I never imagined a killer with such a reputation would ever become part of our little game. Now, don't you think it would be good? Hang on. Yeah, I was just checking if the stream was still live because of the problems I've had. Now, don't you think it would be good for you to take a look at what I've seen? You might just manage to ferret out a clue or two.
Such ignorance.
If you get down on your knees and beg, I might even show you myself. Okay, and now we need to speak with.
That's fine.
Feel free to look at it, but you can't take it with you. One interesting thing to note in the genocide case is scissors are used. In Chihiro's case, no scissors. Exactly the same way. The word bloodlust was left in the victim's own blood. Now take a look at the next page and you'll find an interesting tidbit. All the crimes took place on weekdays at night, or during holidays, either day or night. The most common time was on holidays in the afternoon. Suspect may be a student. Evidence to suggest that the suspect lingered at the scene. When they did leave, they were in a panic. Because an eyewitness has never come forward, it's unlikely that there was any external reason for this. This confused behavior suggests that the suspect may potentially suffer from dissociative identity disorder.
So, in other words,
that the culprit may have a split personality. Genocide Jack case.
let's go.
Anyway.
don't have time to play with you. Goodbye.
Okay. So now... Alright, so now let's go back into the locker room and examine the body, because we didn't do that. Chihiro's dead. Okay.
Indeed.
Generally speaking.
However... Well,
Just concentrate on the murder.
so then... Goodbye.
Okay, I guess examine the body again. The rope has a plug. This isn't a rope at all. Goes to the head. Okay.
Damn.
Bless you.
No forgiveness!
Ah, there's still more to check, huh? Where does it come from? Ah, damn. What else can I be missing? Oh, bloodlust. The word bloodlust is written. The dumbbell has to be the murder weapon. What else can I be missing? Oh, the genocide jack. No. I can't figure out what I need.
Damn. No forgiveness.
Maybe I have to look at the... I mean, I've looked and examined everything. Oh yeah, there it goes. That was weird. So now we talk to Hufumi.
I feel as if
Evidence?
That's it. I'm sure.
What did
Well, it would seem.
Okay, so now let's go into the void. Oh. There's a strange stain on the carpet. What is it? Examine the poster on the wall. The popular boys band called Tornado. Somehow it doesn't quite seem to fit in the boys' locker room. The poster in the other room. What? But the posters have been switched. But if they were, why? What was the reason? What reason would anyone do that? Alright, let's see if we need to talk to Kyoko, so maybe she's in here. No, she's not. Oh. Let me check something. I should have this truth bullet. I just want to check if I have the status of the dead body truth bullet. Yeah, I do. Okay. Alright, so I do have to talk. And so now I have to talk to Sakura.
Of course.
Okay, then let me ask you something. Do you think the posters in the boys and girls locker room could have been switched?
I'm sorry.
Can't really say. Never.
However,
But there is something probably. Do you have protein in the way? A stain?
of course.
Okay. And we don't need to do anything else here. So now we have to go back to the library. Examine the death lamp. Huh? The lamp won't turn on. Let's use an extension. Okay, and so now we need to go to the warehouse, wherever that is. Okay. Oh, well, let me. Yeah, that's why. The mastermind's motive. Maybe there's some kind of clue here. Guess not. Guess not. Alright. The dust lamp. Huh? It's gone. Someone took the archive? Okay, so now I need to go to the warehouse. Yeah, now it lets me go. Laundry. That be the warehouse? Nope. Yeah, this is the warehouse. What are you doing? I see that, but have you found anything related to the case?
Most unfortunate.
Then you did find something.
Actually. Indeed.
What, really?
What are you doing out this late?
Oh, I was just...
Are you planning to go exercise, perhaps?
What? How did you know?
Because I can see a blue track jacket sticking out of that duffel bag you're carrying.
Oh, you're right. Thanks. Well, I'd better get going. I'm kind of in a hurry.
Yes, indeed.
Okay, so now I have to go to the dining hall. And then we can talk to you. You left her?
Yeah!
Of course. Really?
Well... Yeah, totally.
Just shut. But totally fine.
I'm getting tired of waiting. Shall we just... It's the moment you've all been waiting for! The class trial! You remember where to meet, right? Please go through the red door on the first floor of the school. See you soon!
Alright, class trial. Let's see where we are. Alright, we're at an hour and 14. I guess we can go to the class trial. Let me just check something. Oh, okay, that's nothing. Okay. Okay. Am I blind, or are we missing someone?
Yo.
Yeah, Toko's not here. And Toko? You really don't remember?
Come on!
Kitty, I'm just kidding. How can I forget that little nut job? He's a crucial part of class trial this time.
What are you gonna do?
Okie dokie, I'll go ahead and drag her out here. Kicking and screaming just for long please. I told him I didn't want to, but he forced me. I can't believe he would drag a girl around. Okay, then hustle on the wheel there. I'll see you guys down there.
Let's go.
It's true.
I'm gonna try and speed through this because we're at an hour and 18.
Very nice. Well, thrills, chills, kick.
Alright. Trial.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results. If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate. Okay, then. So, first off, let's talk about the murder weapon!
Alright. Locker room dumbbell on iron pipe.
Chihiro's fatal injury. It appears it was a head wound.
According to the Monokuma file, the killer used a blunt instrument. But what kind of blunt instrument could it have been? I bet it was an iron pipe. No!
Oh, that's wrong.
Can we agree that the object that dealt the fatal blow was the dumbbell? It was covered in blood. And there was nothing else at the scene that could have caused that kind of injury.
And the wound on the victim's head is consistent with the shape of the dumbbell. As far as I'm concerned, there's no mistake and no room for doubt on this one.
You looked at her head wound?
Yes! That's so creepy!
If you don't mind, I will proceed from here. let's move on to discussion of the culprit. Although, I believe the criminal behind this heinous act is already quite clear.
What? For real?
Chihiro's killer is the fiendish serial killer, Genocide Jack.
New element has been added. From this debate, lines of white noise will appear to disrupt your reactions. Your truth bullets will disappear if they hit those lines. So think of them as obstacles in your debate. But there's a way to keep this white noise from getting in your way. Press the right mouse button to activate the silencer, which you can use to shoot down the white noise. However, if you shoot an actual remark with your silencer instead of the white noise, the time limit will decrease. So be careful and aim when you use your silencer. Oh, but if your action difficulty is set to gentle, your white noise won't appear at all. In which case you forget about the silencer and just focus on the situation in front of you. Well then, good luck and have fun. Make your argument. Okay, we need Genocide Jack and no proof at all.
The culprit is Genocide Jack. I'm sure of it. Case closed, as far as I'm concerned.
But that's impossible!
Why? What makes it impossible?
Well, I mean, come on! There's just no proof for it.
Hey, so, speaking of Genocide Jack, I don't know who that is!
The culprit is Genocide Jack. I'm sure of it. Case closed, as far as I'm...
Why?
Well, I mean, there's just no...
Hey, so, I don't know who that is!
Okay, let's try it again. I have to get rid of the white.
The culprit is Genocide Jack. I'm sure of it. Case closed.
Damn
As far as I'm...
Why?
Well, I mean, there's just no...
Hey, so, I don't know who that is!
The culprit is Genocide Jack. I'm sure of it.
Shoot!
Oh, no proof. Wrong one.
The culprit is Jack. Case closed.
But that's impossible!
Why? What makes...
Well, I mean, come on, there's just no proof for it.
There we go.
No, that's wrong!
Alright, got it this time.
I might know one reason he could be involved.
What?
I found this file while I was looking around the archive in the library. I guess it's some kind of confidential file the police put together about the Genocide Jack case.
What? That's kind of weird as shit, isn't it? What was something like that doing in the library?
The why of it is probably more trouble than it's worth. So let's forget about that for more importantly. It outlines all the specifics of every Genocide Jack case in exceeding detail. According to the file, there appear to be two defining characteristics in every Genocide Jack case. The first is that a bloody message is found written at the scene of every murder.
Alright.
Oh, that's right. Boob lust.
No. It's actually bloodlust.
But more important is the other characteristic. And it's something that has never been made public.
Never made public? What the hell is...
Why don't you tell them, Makoto?
How the victim is positioned. Okay.
I got it! Apparently, in every Genocide Jack case, the killer suspends the body in a certain way. Other than the killer, the only people who know about this are the higher-ups in the police department.
However, Chihiro was most definitely suspended in the same way. So, how did the culprit know about this when only high-level police officials were aware of it? There's only one logical answer I can think of. It's because the culprit in this case is the real Genocide Jack.
No fucking way!
You're saying Genocide Jack is one of us?
Yes. In fact, it's Toko.
What?
Genocide Jack's true identity is Toko Fukawa.
What? Hey, okay, wait, hold on a sec. Toko has, like, bloodophobia or whatever, remember? What kind of serial killer is afraid of blood?
Is Toko Genocide Jack? The answer is yes and no.
Another riddle. Man, why is this gotta be so complicated?
Alright. You have to spell shitso. See.
Now I understand. Is it because Genocide Jack has a split personality?
Huh?
I think I read that somewhere in the file too. They thought that the suspect might have, what did they call it? Dissociative identity disorder.
Oh, okay. But still, to go and say that about Miss Fukawa is...
Perfectly acceptable. Toko's strange behavior after seeing the body is proof enough that she has a split personality.
Her behavior changed.
I got it! You're talking about how she started acting totally different than usual, right?
That's right. Think back. She fainted when she saw Chihiro's corpse, and then when she woke up.
She was acting funny, that's for sure. That melancholy tone of hers completely disappeared.
Don't go assigning adjectives to my tone without permission.
Not to mention, once she regained consciousness and saw Chihiro's body again, she was utterly in other words, within her is one personality that can't handle blood, and one that obviously can't.
So when Toko trapped herself in her room, it's because she was scared of Genocide Jack.
The reason she locked herself in her room wasn't to keep other people from getting in. It was to keep her other personality from getting out.
What?
Toko was afraid. Afraid of the murderous fiend inside of her. Of killing even more people.
How? Yeah. How can you know all this?
I do believe you misunderstood her. What she's trying to say isn't, how can you know all this? No. What she wants to know is, how could you tell them?
Huh?
Last night, just before Monokuma gave his motive speech, Toko and I had a strange conversation. She told me a most interesting story. She said a murderous fiend lived within her, and she was afraid it could appear and attack at any time. And that trepidation is what's caused her to have such a bleak attitude. Isn't that right, Toko?
This is all a lie. Right, Toko?
You said you wouldn't tell anyone.
What?
You promised. I can't believe you lied.
You have only yourself to blame. You came to me with your tragic little story. I didn't ask you to. This is the real world, not some romantic fantasy fairy tale. Besides, you broke your promise first. You said that as long as you were here, no matter what, you wouldn't let Genocide Jack kill anyone. But in spite of that promise...
You said if I kept my promise, you would go out with me. That's the only reason I promised.
How many times do I have to tell you? I never said that, but you weren't able to do it. You just couldn't resist that rush you got from killing.
I tried. I swear I tried to control it.
But your efforts were useless. What a disappointment.
I hate you.
Well, the opening act is nearly finished. All that's left is to hear from the person in question directly.
The person you don't...
Well, hello there! Is it me you were hoping to see? What the heck? So you figured it out, huh? Well, whatever. What are you gonna do? I'm the ultimate murderous fiend, Genocide Jack! Or better yet, let's go with Genocide Jill!
What the fuck is this?
Toko, what happened to you?
Not Toko, that's a loser name. And what happened is a textbook split personality. So what What if one of them happens to be a serial killer? You should turn a blind eye to one's fault.
So intense.
Like they say, sound in murderous mind, sound in murderous body.
This one is so different from the one we've come to know.
Yes, well, the world is composed of a front and a back, you know. Just like how every inning has a top and a bottom, or how in the depths of every truth lives a little lie. Behind every dark and gloomy soul lives another that shines as bright as the sun!
Miss Jack, Jill, can I ask you a question?
What's up?
Some of us think you might be the mastermind behind our entire situation. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I'll tell you. I am the mastermind of all masterminds! Just kidding!
Then it's not true.
Of course it's not true! How dare you try to link me to that creepazoid! And another thing, the police and government and society in the outside world are totally powerless! I mean, they just let this idiotic, bloodthirsty maniac go buck wild all over town!
Sure, I'm a bloodthirsty maniac, but life is pain, right? To live is to hurt other people. It's a necessary evil if you want to survive. The act of living itself causes pain for everyone. Just kidding again!
This should be enough to convince you. This murderous fiend is responsible for Chihiro's death. There's clearly a motive, so there should be no doubt.
A motive?
Remember what Monokuma told. If someone didn't murder and graduate within 24 hours, an embarrassing memory or secret would be revealed. Well, let's assume that Toko's secret was about Genocide Jack. If a secret like that came to light, Toko's life would have undoubtedly been forever ruined. So she had a very clear motive to never have that side of herself exposed.
Interesting. Very, very, very interesting. But sorry, as much as I hate to admit it, I'm not the culprit.
But I cannot imagine anyone other than you could murder someone in such a bizarre fashion.
Maybe so, but nevertheless, it's the truth.
Do you really expect any of us to believe you?
Yeah. I could never believe a word you say, you monster!
Status of dead body. A modus operandi matches.
Sorry, but I didn't kill anyone!
You say that, but do you really expect any of us to believe it?
Perhaps if you had an alibi, that would change things.
Oh, an alibi, huh? Now we're talking!
When you compare your past murders to this incident, the modus operandi matches.
No, it's wrong! Are the methods of murder really exactly the same? I'm not so sure about that. I think there's a slight difference between the Genocide Jack cases and this one.
Huh? How's it any different?
Uh-oh, you don't know? Well then, human garbage, let me tell you! I murder with passion and conviction. I consider myself a professional, and I have a very particular way of doing things. Imagine you go to a fancy Italian restaurant. They're very picky about the noodles, the sauce, everything. But what happened to Chihiro? It'd be like if that same Italian restaurant started using ragu or Chef Boyardee. This is no creation of mine.
Let me rephrase that in a way that maybe makes more sense. There are two clear differences between the Genocide Jack cases and this one.
The victim's fatal injury.
I got it! For one, the cause of death is different. In the Genocide Jack murders, all the victims were killed the same way. According to the case file, they were all apparently killed with a pair of scissors. But Chihiro died from a blow to the head, right?
Ah, yes. That is remarkably different from the other murders.
Wouldn't it be strange for someone who kills the same way without fail to suddenly change their method? And there's more. One more conflicting detail.
That's right! In my recipe of murder, if the bloody message is the tortellini, then the arrangement of the body would be the pesto sauce!
Can you please stop comparing killing people to cooking? So, are you saying the other difference has to do with how the body was arranged?
Oh, what happened to the audio?
Shoot!
Oh, that's why. Hi. What was used as a sponge?
I got it!
There we go.
Do you remember what the killer used to suspend her? They used some kind of rope to hang her up by her wrist.
What is your point?
Well, in all the previous Genocide Jack cases, something else was used to suspend. Specifically, pairs of razor-sharp scissors.
And guess what? I used my own specially designed scissors for the murders and the arrangement. Like I said, I'm a professional, so naturally I'm very picky about the tools I use. And you know what else? Big Mac said there's 2 differences, but he's wrong.
Big Mac?
Listen up, Big Mac. There's actually one more difference.
Huh?
My word, you really didn't notice? Take a look at who the victims were in each Genocide Jack case. There's a pattern there, just waiting to be discovered. Figure that out, and it'll be plain as...
I got it! Is it because Chihiro was a girl?
Bingo! Bullseye! Right on the money!
What are you talking about?
In all the Genocide Jack cases, all the victims had something in common.
They were all guys?
That's right! The people I kill with such passion and conviction are all adorable little men! I can't believe I said it! I'm so embarrassed!
The hell is wrong with you?
I can't help it! I'm just a full-throttle boy-on-boy fangirl! And the movie side of me just hates it! But now I'm on the fast track to becoming a full-fledged fan madam!
So since Chihiro was a girl and not an adorable little man, you wouldn't kill her?
Would an Italian chef suddenly start making ramen just because they're both noodles? Don't be stupid. I have too much passion and conviction to cross that line. That's the absolute reality of a one and only.
We get it. You've clearly explained your hobby and your philosophy. But that's not all there is to it. It's a different matter entirely. When you're forced to kill in order to survive.
Quiet, lowly cur!
Lowly cur?
I would never kill for a reason as petty as mere survival. And if by some fluke I did kill to survive, why would I bother with the message and arrangement? It'd make me the obvious suspect!
That does make some amount of sense.
Plus, whatever reason I have for killing, I would never leave out my prized scissors. Who would go out of their way to use a big, stupid, heavy dumbbell?
Maybe you used the dumbbell because you couldn't find any scissors in this.
Any scissors? I don't just use any scissors. I only use my own set of high-class envy of the entire world!
Okay, whatever. There still aren't any in the...
Are you sure about that?
She's fully equipped.
That's right! So I can kill anywhere, anytime! Why would I resort to dumbbells or rope when I have my trusty scissors by my side? Go ahead, tell me I'm wrong! You can't pin, you gutter dogs, all of you! Not to mention, I have no clue how to tie a good knot. The rope's totally out of the question anyway!
I have no idea what's going on anymore! Could such a heinous villain really be innocent?
But the body really was suspended, right? And nobody but the police knew about it.
Yeah! That's why we figured it had to be the real deal, and not some copycat killer or whatever.
Here's my answer. Byakuya, it's possible you could have found out, isn't it? You'd have no problem gaining access to classified government documents. or internal police records. Plus, you'd already looked through the Genocide Jack file before this all happened, hadn't you?
Are you saying Mr. Togami did it?
Then, the reason he pushed the theory of Genocide Jack being the killer so hard, because he wanted to pin the crime on her.
Oh, he rearranged the scene to disguise it and make it look like I put my stamp. The adorable glasses man was behind it all. Oh, I'm on fire!
Well, Byakuya, what's your response?
I see. So now the suspicion falls on me. Then I must ask, when would you say I began acting suspicious? Surely you must have an answer.
Looking back and thinking about it now, the way you were acting right before we discovered the body was a little strange. You wanted to go to the girls' locker room right away, right? But since you're a guy...
I should have naturally thought of the boys' locker room first. Is that what you want to say? The victim was Chihiro, a girl. Hence why I said we should check the girls' locker room.
Nothing strange about that.
On the contrary, there's something very strange.
Okay then, what's so strange about it? Go ahead, share with the rest of the class.
Alright. Next, we're gonna add something called a truth flashback. If you aim at a weak spot and hold down the left mouse button, then you'll memorize that weak spot. This memorize can only be shot once as a single truth bullet. If you shoot or change the truth bullet, it will disappear from your truth cylinder. However, you can use this flashback feature as many times as you want. If you don't seem to have the answer to a lie or truth combination in your loaded truth bullet, it might be wise to memorize a different weak spot and use that to make your case. When's the best time to flashback? Well, you'll just have to use your keen wit, won't you? In this case though, I would say if you don't use a flashback, you won't be refuting anything. Well then, good luck and have fun. Okay, so we have to... Also, before we found the body.
So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of weird before we found his body.
Damn it. Okay, so I have to keep holding on to it.
You said Byakuya was acting kind of weird before we found the body. But he was acting weird... how?
If you're presented with the opportunity to check out the girls' locker room,
You absolutely take it! That's a natural reaction for any guy!
The victim was Chihiro, who was a girl.
No, that's wrong! I'll tell you what's so strange about that, because up until we actually discovered the body, we couldn't have known who the victim was. So your claim that you went to the girls' locker room first because Chihiro was the victim doesn't hold up.
I see. That's a good answer, I must admit. Interesting. Very interesting indeed. But your reasoning is still too weak.
Huh?
What's wrong? Is that it? Surely you've got more than that. Go ahead. Show up. What's the matter? You're not finished already, are you? There must be more to it.
There is. I think.
There is more to it. Think about it. We just talked about the differences between this case and past Genocide Jack incidents. The proof you're looking for is hidden in there.
Oh? Proof that I'm the culprit, you mean?
Library desk lab.
What? The difference between the cases? You want me to explain it again? When I want to kill, I use my very own special scissors. And I use those same scissors to arrange the body.
But Chihiro was suspended with... It was some kind of rope. Was it not?
That's right! It absolutely was!
Then there must be something very fishy indeed about that rope.
Hey, Byakuya, where'd you get it from, huh?
I'd never seen that rope before in my life. Obviously, somebody
Damn it.
else must have had it hidden away somewhere.
What? The difference between the case you want me to explain when I want to kill, and I use those same scissors?
But Chihiro was... It was some kind of rope.
That's right! It absolutely...
Then there must be something...
Hey, Byakuya, where'd you...
I'd never seen that rope before in my life. Obviously, somebody
Damn it.
else must have had it hidden away somewhere.
What? The difference between the cases? You want me to explain it again?
Okay.
When I want to kill, I use my fan and I use those same scissors.
But Chihiro... It was some kind of rope.
That's right! It absolutely...
Then there must be something...
Hey, Byakuya, where'd...
I'd never seen
That rope before in my life.
There we go.
No, it's wrong. Actually, I'm pretty sure you have seen it before. Because, you see, that rope, or should I say, that extension cord?
What? An extension cord?
Byakuya, you've used the extension cord in the library more than once, haven't you? And the same extension cord that was in the library all this time went missing after the murder. And there's no way someone who uses that extension cord as much as you do wouldn't discover that fact.
And Byakuya must be the one who took the extension cord. I can't imagine any other possible...
That's really what you think? Then your conclusion is something like this. I killed Chihiro in the girls' locker room, then hung her up and wrote that bloody message. I intentionally made it look like Genocide Jack was behind it. Is that about right? What's wrong? I asked you if you think that's what happened.
Alright, let me scroll down a bit.
Hell yes, that's what happened. So that's it, right? Byakuya's the killer.
I don't disagree with not disagreeing.
He kept calling this a game, right? So he'd be totally willing to do something like this to win.
Sorry, but could we hold on just a second? I think we need to talk about this a little more.
Sure. Do we really need to? We've already decided who did.
I know, but still, there's something that's still bothering me.
Is that right? And what, pray tell, is still bothering? I killed her in the girls' locker room, then disguised my crime. Specifically, I dressed it up to make it look like it was the work of a homicidal psych. What about all that bothers you?
The scene of the crime.
I got it! You say you killed Chihiro in the girls' locker room, right? But are you sure about that? Isn't it possible that the murder took place somewhere else?
How What kind of question is that? Even in the world of disappointments, this is a true She was found dead in the girls' locker room. There is absolutely no question about how could the scene of the crime have been anywhere else.
Well, I think it's entirely possible that she was killed somewhere else, then carried there later, along with the rest of the murder scene.
The rest of the murder? That was awfully specific. Please tell me you have a reason for saying all that.
I believe I do.
Hey, don't just move on without permission. What do you mean she was killed somewhere else?
Come on, Makoto. If there's any chance the murder took place somewhere else, let's see the proof.
I got it! The proof that she was killed somewhere else is the poster that's hanging in each locker room.
Your proof? is some
The poster in the girls' locker room was a picture of a big-boobed supermodel. But don't you think that's kind of strange? Why would the girls' locker room have a poster like that?
I bet those massive jugs of hers were totally fake!
Meanwhile, the boys' locker room had a poster of the super popular boy band Tornado. Again, that doesn't really seem to belong in a boys' locker room.
So you're saying that maybe the posters were switched?
And there's one other thing I noticed about the locker room. You know what I'm talking about, right, Sakura?
You're referring to my protein coffee, aren't you?
Protein.
While I was in the girls' locker room earlier, I spilled some protein coffee on the carpet, but I noticed that after the murder, the stain had been totally scrubbed away.
I got it! The stain on the girls' locker room carpet wasn't scrubbed away. In fact, I found it on the boys' locker room carpet.
That's definitely the stain from my protein coffee.
Then, does that mean that the carpets were switched too? But why would anyone do that?
To move the murder scene from one locker room to the other. It's certainly plausible, don't you think? In other words, in order to completely swap the scene of the crime, the bloodstained poster and carpet were moved along with the dead body. By doing this, the killer was able to change the entire room where the murder took place.
I can certainly follow your reasoning, but why would the culprit bother doing that?
Huh?
Why would they go to all that trouble of switching the scene of the crime? Actually, an even bigger question. If the murder did take place in the boys' locker, then how did Chihiro get in the boys' locker room in the first place? To get into the locker rooms, you have to swipe your e-handbook across the card reader, but Chihiro's handbook should have only allowed her access to the girls' locker room. She had no way to get into the...
No, she did have a way, and I can tell you what it was.
I highly doubt that.
Shut up! I'm telling you, I know how she could have...
Alright.
Is it really possible? Could Chihiro really have gotten into the boys' locker room somehow?
Ah! I got it! She must have hacked her e-handbook! She was the ultimate programmer, after all. I'm sure that would have been no problem for her. No, I don't think that's it. She used the thing that was in the main hall.
Huh? What thing?
I'm talking about Leon's handbook, of course. No, it's wrong!
No, I don't think Chihiro used Leon's handbook.
Why not?
Because Leon's handbook was broken.
Oh. Well, then, yeah, I guess that'd be pretty impossible, huh?
I'm gonna be right back. Alright, sorry about that.
I am struck silent by how quickly you gave up.
Plus, isn't there a regulation against using someone else's handbook?
Actually, the rule states that loaning your handbook is prohibited. It says nothing about borrow. In other words, you could borrow a dead person's handbook all you want, and you'd be safe.
Yup. Hit the nail square on the noggin.
Of course, if it were broken, that wouldn't make any sense anyway.
So then, she must have hacked it, like I said. She used her ultimate programmer skills and...
You can't fix an e-handbook. The instant you open one up, a security buzzer starts going.
So, if she didn't use Leon's handbook, and she didn't modify her own...
Maybe Mr. Naegi's initial assumption is just wrong.
It seems like there's no way she could have got into the boys' locker room. So I guess so.
Okay then, I vote for...
Hold on a second. I agree with you, though. I think you're on the right track.
What the? You finally decide to open your mouth and that's what you've got to say? There's no way she could get in the boys' locker room, right?
Why are you so sure she couldn't get in? There's still one other way she could have gained access.
What? What are you talking about? What other way in?
Well, to explain that, why don't we take a little break from the trial? I'd like you all to come see something.
Wait. Just what do you think you're doing?
Don't worry. This'll make the whole trial more exciting. I'm sure that thought must please you.
Huh? It'll make things more exciting? Well, all right then. I declare an official class trial recess. Now then, what is it you want to show us? It better not be boring or I'll be very unhappy.
Oh, I have no doubt it'll meet your lofty expectations. So, shall we go?
Alright.
The girls' locker room?
We've already searched this place top to bottom!
I'd like you to examine the victim's body one more time. Be sure to examine the entire body very carefully.
Examine her. No, wait!
It's probably best if I don't run my hands all over a girl's dead body. It's not...
Very well.
But you're a girl. You shouldn't have to touch a dead body.
No, it's okay. I think Chihiro would rather have a girl examine her. So just leave this to me.
Sakura, what is this? Some kind of secret girl-on-girl action? Is that what you two are about? That's not it at all. Stop screwing around.
Okay, here I go. I'm sorry, Chihiro. Please excuse the intrusion.
Be sure to check her entire body, and I believe we will solve this particular mystery.
Her entire body? What?
What is it?
Not possible. It's not possible. This girl
Is what?
is a boy!
I see. So she was actually a he. Interesting. Thank you for confirming this fact. What?
You're joking, right?
I wouldn't joke about this.
Ben, it's really true? Chihiro was...
Oh, what? You guys didn't know? Heck, I knew that right off the bat. Chihiro Fujisaki was totally a guy.
He was a cross-dresser? Oh, I'm really on fire! I wish I had killed him!
So that's what Kyoko wanted to show everyone, huh? Interesting. Yes, that certainly does make things much more exciting. Now let's ride this wave of excitement back to the courtroom and get back to the trial. I do apologize for keeping you waiting. Now then, let's resume the class trial. We've all just learned of the shocking revelation that Chihiro was actually a boy. Let's pick up from there.
Yes, well, I don't know his reason for hiding it, but the fact is, Chihiro was not a girl, but a boy. And because the victim was male, he would have had no problem gaining access to the boys' locker room.
Assuming his handbook did, in fact, list his gender as male, then yes, that would be true.
Of course his handbook said he was a boy. He dressed like a girl, but he was a boy through and through.
So then, there should be no issue with Makoto's initial assertion. The victim was killed in the boys' locker room, and was then later moved to the girls' locker room. And the killer could have easily used Sayaka or Junko's handbook to get into the girls' locker room.
So Chihiro really was killed in the boys' locker?
I still don't understand the motive for moving the body, but yes, that does seem plausible.
Well, I must admit, I did find it rather... I knew he felt a little off. There was a certain incongruity to his female body.
This is the most titillating situation.
So now everything has been connected. All the mysteries have finally become clear.
Okay, well, connected or clear or whatever. We still think you're the killer, remember?
Very interesting. This has become very interesting indeed.
He's off in his own little world.
What about you, Makoto? After everything we've learned, do you still think Byakuya's the killer?
Well, without a doubt, Byakuya is the one that made Chihiro's death look like Genocide Jack did it. But I think he might not actually be the killer after all.
What? But aren't you the one who accused him in the first place?
He just seems to be too easygoing about all this. Like he's enjoying us solving the mystery. The way he's acting, it makes it seem like it doesn't have anything to do with him.
And you think that might be because it doesn't have anything to do with him?
Plus, the evidence he left behind was a little too... how can I put it? Overt. He consciously chose to use the extension cord, knowing it could connect him to the murder. At least, that's... And Byakuya, when you found out the murder took place in the boys' locker room, it seemed to rattle you. And then again, when you found out Chihiro was actually a guy. If you really were the killer, that stuff wouldn't have had any effect on you.
So that's your thinking, huh? Well, it bothers me that you don't have more concrete reasons, but it's fine. I guess I'll mark it as correct for the time being.
Mark it as correct.
He's right. I am not the culprit. I just happened to come across the corpse in the girls' locker room and decided to alter it.
Are you fucking with us right now?
No, I am not effing with you right now. I'm telling you the truth.
Well, I find it very hard to believe.
Go ahead. Find it very hard to believe. You're free to be executed along with the rest.
If you're really telling the truth, then why? Why do you do that to his body?
My reasons hardly matter right now. Uncovering the culprit is much more important, wouldn't you say? Now then, if it wasn't me, who was it?
Well, I don't think I can say for sure without talking about it a little.
You're seriously gonna keep going? We're all good, aren't we? I thought it was clear Byakuya did it.
No, I'm with Makoto. If there's any doubt whatsoever, we need to explore every possibility, because if we're wrong, we all die here.
That's true. Very well then. I'm with you too.
Damn straight. Count me in. Do you not have a mind of your own? Of course I do. What am I, an ant or something?
Anyway, let's discuss this all as a group one more time. We still have time to make our decision.
That's very true.
Our lives are all on the line.
Excellent. Then shall we resume our game of hide and seek?
All right. Alright, so let's use the count and only the color.
Isn't there a single clue that might lead us to who did it?
Well, clues are one thing, but did nobody get a look at the killer? I'm sure if someone saw the killer, they would have said something by now.
Perhaps someone saw the victim at some point. Even that might be enough for now.
Yeah. All we need right now is any kind of new info.
It's over. It's all over. You want to know who saw the victim? The killer. And only the killer. And it's not like they're just gonna turn the game over, man.
Yeah! No! Not game over!
only the
Isn't
killer.
there a single clue that might lead us to who did it?
Well, clues are one thing, but did nobody get a look at the killer?
I'm sure if someone saw the killer, they would have said something by now.
Perhaps someone saw the victim at some point. Even that might be enough for now.
Yeah. All we need right now is any kind of new info.
It's over. It's all over. You want to know who saw the victim? The killer. And only the...
No, that's wrong.
Alright.
I believe someone else did see the victim before he was murdered. What do you think, Celeste?
Now that you mention it, yes, I did see.
Really?
Oh, but I suppose only Makoto knows about. The rest of you had no idea, did you? That is why you're all making such ugly noises.
Whatever! Just hurry up and tell us!
It was last night, right before nighttime. I saw Chihiro in the dormitory where... I saw him stuffing a track jacket into a duffel, and then, I assume, he headed off to exercise.
A track jacket and a duffel bag? But we didn't find anything like that at the murder scene.
It seems likely that the culprit destroyed them to get rid of any evidence.
And that is when he said something that struck me as rather odd. Chihiro told me he was in a hurry, but why would he be in a hurry? Only if someone were waiting for him.
So, Mr. Fujisaki was on his way to meet with someone, and then they were going to work out together?
But Hina and I had invited him to exercise with us plenty of times, and he always did.
Probably because he was afraid you'd find out the secret he was hiding, right?
Which means that conversely, he must have trusted whoever he was meeting with very much. Enough so that he was willing to risk his secret being revealed.
Oh, what a marvelous friend. The point is, whoever he met up with is the culprit, right? So we just gotta figure out who it was.
But knowing what we know, I can't even...
No. You already have what you need to make the connection.
Huh?
You know who the killer is.
Serious? Who is it? Who's the killer?
Think back to the track jacket and duffel bag the killer. Just focus on the details of these items, and it should become obvious who was waiting.
Are you sure? You really think we can figure out who did it based on two pieces of evidence that we don't have?
What? You want to track down some fingerprints or something?
Even if we had the equipment for that, we wouldn't know how to use it.
As was noted, the evidence is already gone. There's nothing to get fingerprints from.
Maybe, but we can make certain inferences. We just take the time to talk it out.
Easy for you to say, but fine. Celeste, did you notice anything special about the bag or jacket?
The bag was just a normal duffel bag from the where all the bags in there are the same, so I can't imagine what would make that one special.
Well, if I remember right, there was a decent variety of tracksuits to choose. Do you think there might be some connection between the culprit and Chihiro?
Perhaps. Let's explore that and talk a bit more about the jacket he took.
Alright, so now we have to talk about the jacket. So Celeste's account, blue jacket.
First of all, we know where Chihiro was headed. He was on his way to go exercise. So next we have to ask, why did he choose the specific tracksuit that he did?
What do you mean, the specific tracksuit?
I got it! We picked that tracksuit because it matched the one the culprit was wearing.
So, what you're saying is, the killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit as him?
No, that's wrong. Hold on a second, Mondo. What did you just say?
Huh? What'd I say?
When Celeste testified a few minutes ago, she said... She never said anything about the jacket's color. So why did you say Chihiro's blue track?
What are you? You just...
Hey, Celeste, what color was Chihiro's tracksuit?
As a matter of fact, It was blue?
And before we began the trial, did you tell anyone that?
The only one I told about any of this was you.
Then, Mondo, how did you know what color Chihiro's tracksuit was?
Oh, he's caught.
Because I'm sure he saw the clothes at some point in the investigation.
No, that can't be. The bag and clothes were surely disposed of by the time we began our investigation.
Then the only reason he could have known what color the tracksuit was is if he saw Cherry with it before he died! That's the only possibility! Cherry? Are you talking about Chihiro? So, how about it? Did you see the tracksuit or didn't?
Just by chance. I just happened to see it last night. He walked past me, and he was carrying the tracksuit in his hand.
No, that can't be it either. According to Celeste's test... When Celeste noticed it, Chihiro made a point of making sure the jacket was completely in the back. If you just ran into him briefly, you couldn't possibly have seen what color the tracksuit was.
It would appear you've dug your own grave.
Perhaps. But you handed him the shovel, didn't you? That's why you said what you did. Focus on the tracksuit and it'll be obvious who he met with? What a bunch of nonsense.
Ah, now I understand. It was all one big bluff, wasn't it? Your true intention was to draw a slip of the tongue from the culprit. That's why we said we knew who did it, to put them on edge.
That's right. However, Mondo was my target all along. I had my suspicions about him from the very beginning.
But why? What made you so suspicious?
That's a good question.
And the answer is the way he talked.
There was a certain turning point that tipped me off. Maybe you didn't notice it, Mondo, but you tend to refer to men and women differently. You only call guys dude. For girls, it's chick. And after he was killed, you happened to refer to him as dude. Once I picked up on that, it occurred to me that Mondo knew something we didn't.
You notice such a tiny detail?
Are you a witch? She's a witch! You're positively frightful!
No. I'm not the frightful one. Not nearly as frightful as someone capable of murdering a friend.
Mondo, was it really you? Did you really kill Chihiro?
I didn't kill anyone! You've been all over me, judging everything I say, putting words in my mouth. What gives you the right to treat me like a goddamn
Yeah! He would never do something like that! This is a false accusation!
It's true. My reasoning on that is pretty shaky.
That was bad.
Well, this does present us with a problem. It seems we are all out of leave.
My time has nearly come. That's what my little ghost friend is telling me.
Oh yeah, that reminds me. Hifumi, weren't you telling me you found some evidence?
Really? What kind of...
Actually, no. Now that I'm thinking about it here calmly, it might not be all that relevant.
Jeez, does your confidence just get up and walk away? It's fine, man. Just tell her.
If you really insist, then,
What do you have?
it happens to be an e-handbook. I found it laying on the ground, so I scooped it up.
I got it! We know Chihiro's handbook was missing from the scene of the crime, right?
For a fact.
For a fact indeed, I was totally sure I'd found.
Then it must hold some clue about the culprit.
Well, that's what I was hoping. But it's busted. It won't even turn on.
I imagine the culprit broke it to get rid of any evidence after the murder.
That's odd. I didn't think the handbooks were quite so fragile.
You're right. They're not. They're totally resistant. It would take an awful lot to break one.
And yet, this one does appear to be broken, as is Leon's. For all your confidence, that is a remarkably high failure.
Do you think there might be some kind of mystery in there somewhere? How precisely did the handbooks get broken?
I got it! You already told us before that the handbook has one weak point, didn't you?
Yeah! You remember that? Sure, maybe I let that slip. But I never told anyone what...
But if the handbook is supposed to never break, and two of them broke in quick succession, then
we can only assume that someone's figured out its weakness. You know what the weakness is, right, Monokuma? So, what is it?
You're asking.
I think it's a necessary piece of information if you want this to be a fair trial.
But if I tell you, and someone else decides to copy it, that would be very not good.
Just tell us already! Why would we want to break our own hand?
Oh well, I have a weakness for pushy demands. But you're sure you won't follow their example? Then allow me to make a special announcement. The weak point of my cutting-edge e-handbook is when it's exposed to high temperatures for too long, it will suffer a meltdown and totally break!
I flippin' knew it! You knew it? Yeah, because I found the handbook laying on the floor of the sauna.
The temperature in the sauna can reach over 200 degrees. Strange how you don't get burnt, huh? It's because as your sweat evaporates, it creates a cooling layer of air around your skin. If the hot air of the sauna were somehow pushed directly onto your skin, you'd definitely get fried. That layer of air would get blown away. That's why you may feel a burning when you move around. So when you're in a sauna, make sure to keep nice and stiff.
Interesting. I learned
That is a mere trifling speck of knowledge.
Anyway, if you found the victim's handbook in the sauna, then the killer must have been purposely trying to raise its temperature in order to break.
meaning the culprit somehow knew its weakness.
But how'd they find out? Monokuma said he didn't tell anyone, right?
Indeed. Quite the mystery.
What if they found out by accident?
What do you mean by accident?
What if the killer took their own handbook into the sauna, not knowing its weakness, and it broke? They'd realize it was broken, of course, and it wouldn't be hard to figure out why. And once they had Chihiro's handbook, they knew they had an easy way to dispose of it.
I won't say it's not possible, but who would have done something like that? I don't know of anyone who took their handbook into the sauna.
I might know someone who did.
Whoa! Serious?
I think the one who may have taken their handbook into the sauna was... Here's my answer.
Alright. Mondo.
Mondo, your handbook got broken in the sauna, didn't it?
What? Why? Why do you keep accusing?
Mondo and Taka had an endurance contest in the sauna not too long ago, remember? And for the contest, Mondo just so happened to keep his school uniform on. But little did he realize, he'd also left his handbook in one of his uniform pockets. And when it was all over, Mondo discovered that taking your handbook into the sauna could easily destroy it.
No, wait, hold on. You got it all wrong. He would never. I don't accept this. Show me the proof. The actual solid proof.
Alright, so broken handbook.
Let's test Makoto's assertion. If what he says is correct, then Mondo, you broke your own handbook.
In other words, if Mondo's handbook...
Oh, okay, there.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine.
See? Look! Makoto was wrong. Mondo wouldn't hurt a fly!
Works just fine.
Let's test Makoto's assertion. If what he says is correct, then Mondo, you broke your own handbook.
In other words, if Mondo's handbook is actually broken, then that proves that what Makoto said is right.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine.
No, it's wrong. Mondo, the handbook you have right now, is it really yours?
What the fuck is that supposed to...
The broken handbook that was in the main hall, isn't that one actually yours?
What the heck are you talking about?
What I mean is, I think Mondo swapped his handbook out for one that actually works. I think he took Leon's handbook and replaced it with his own. After all, Monokuma said himself that Leon's handbook never should have broken.
That's right! The punishment it suffered wasn't nearly enough to destroy...
So then, the broken handbook in the main hall is actually Mondo, which would mean that the handbook Mondo has right now is actually Leon's.
But doesn't that violate the school regulation that says loaning out your handbook is prohibited?
Well, here's how I look at it. There is a rule about loaning your handbook to another student. But if they're dead, they're not a student. It's kind of a gray area, I admit. But no worries. If anything, it just makes things more interesting. As such, I decree that exchanging handbooks with a corpse is not a violation of the rule.
Well, Mondo, if I'm wrong about this, you're welcome to say so. I'm happy to admit I made a mistake, but...
Son of a bitch. What's wrong, bro? Come on! Tell him he's wrong! You are wrong! You have to be... Everything you just said is wrong! You made it all...
Okay, then why don't we look back on this case one more time, from the beginning? That way, everything will become clear.
Closing argument. Okay. So the duffel bag. We need that one. And then it's the poster. Then switch the poster. Okay.
The killer is you!
Alright.
First, let's take a look back to before the incident. Last night, Celeste saw Chihiro in the warehouse, correct? At the time, she was apparently stuffing something into a duffel bag. That something was a blue tracksuit. You can confirm this, right, Celeste? With bag in hand, Chihiro headed out, even though it was officially nighttime. She made her way to the locker room, specifically the boys' locker room. But how could the victim, who is apparently a girl, access the boys' locker room? Simple, because she was really a he, which is why he was able to use his own e-handbook to gain entrance to the boys' locker room. Once inside, he met with someone there. And the person he met was the one who killed him. It seems likely that the killer grabbed the nearby dumbbell, approached the unsuspecting Chihiro, and attacked him. And that's where the bloodstains on the poster and carpeting in the boys' locker room came from. It was likely in the heat of the moment. The body was arranged, but the murder itself felt unplanned. Which is why the killer hurried to try and hide the act. First, pulling up the bloodstained carpet. Then, removing the bloody poster. And finally carrying the corpse into the girls' locker room. A girl's handbook was necessary to get into the locker room, of course. But this alone doesn't prove that the killer was necessarily a girl. After all, Sayaka and Junko's handbooks had been placed in the main hall. Using one of those, a boy could get into the girls' locker room without much problem. And that's exactly how the killer did it. With the carpet and the poster they brought with them, they got to work. They changed the layout of the boys' and girls' locker room in what you might call a crime scene switch. That could have been the end of things, but no. Byakuya discovered the body and decided to intervene in the situation, making things even more complicated. So, after stumbling on the crime scene, he went and grabbed the extension cord from the library, and then he got to work. He used the cord to string up Chihiro's lifeless body. Then, using the victim's own blood, he left a grisly message there at the scene of the crime. He wanted to create the illusion that Genocide Jack was responsible for the slaughter. And around the same time that Byakuya was putting together this facade, the killer, having already disposed of Chihiro's bag and other belongings, arrived at the sauna. There, they planned to destroy the last piece of evidence. And just as the killer expected, the steamy sauna was enough to ruin the electronic gadget. Somehow, the killer knew that the handbook couldn't stand up to the heat of the sauna. And the reason they knew that is because the sauna had already wrecked their own handbook. And that's how it all played out. Isn't that right, Mondo Owada?
Wait! No! This can't be right! Where's your evidence? Yeah! Where's your evidence? You need evidence! You need proof! Without any proof, you can't pin any of this up!
Alright, go. Alright, this is the most difficult one.
Show me some evidence. You're wrong. I won't listen. I refute you. False. Show me some evidence. I won't listen. False. I refuse to vote. Show me some evidence. You're wrong. I won't listen. I refute you. False. Show me some evidence. I won't listen. False. You're corrupt. I refuse to vote. I refute you. False. You're corrupt. Show me some evidence. I won't listen. I refuse to vote. Show me some evidence. You're wrong. I won't listen. I refute you. False. Show me some evidence. Show me some evidence.
This should prove it.
There we go. Got it on my first try.
If my thinking so far is right, Mondo must have replaced his broken handbook with Leon. In which case, we can just check each of our handbooks right now. Once we do that...
You don't gotta do that.
Huh?
Yeah, I did it. I killed him.
Hey.
Bro, what are you saying?
I got no choice, man. After hearing all that, I gotta just give up. Go ahead, Monokuma. Get it over with. Ask for the goddamn verdict.
Roger that.
Wait! Hold on!
No waiting! No holding on! Time for the moment we've all been waiting for! Grab your lever and give it a yak! Who will you elect as the Blackened this time around? Will you make the right choice? Or the dreadfully... What's it gonna be? What's it gonna... What?
Looks like you got it right again. Yes, it is. The Blackened that killed Chihiro Fujisaki was Moto Owada.
Unbelievable.
Was not Yunan. Kia Toko chose the wrong answer. You're trying very. You need to be more careful.
Sorry.
What is this?
Now then. Actually...
Lack his own strength. You're so weak, even though you're a boy. He heard the things like this, and as he can remember, and he couldn't overcome his weakness. He tried to hide and buried himself further and further into that weakness. Take on the frail world of a young girl. He had chosen his way out. Now nobody will be able to say anything about even though you're a boy. No. I'm weak.
Weak.
Once the killing game had begun here at the school, he had no choice to accept this fact. After all, this world of survival of the fittest. If you're not strong, you don't survive. And then the lovely and hateful Monokuma announced the revealing of embarrassing secrets, which of course included Chihiro's embarrassing secret, which is which I was more willing to divulge. Even though he dresses like a girl, Chihiro is actually a boy.
Hey,
And that was something Chihiro couldn't let anyone find out, no matter the cost. If that was revealed, it would be the end. The hardened shell would crack and the armor would fall away. Without a doubt, those around him would torture him more than ever. Everyone figured being thrust into such a dilemma must have sent him spiraling into despair. And yet...
I'm sorry. But... That's right. I want to change.
hey!
Yeah, that's right.
Uh-huh.
Correct.
So then that must did what he did to keep the promise he made to Chihiro.
Indeed. Certainly.
But...
Because... I knew it.
What is this? You're wrong!
Don't make me repeat.
Hey,
He killed his own brother. Daya Owada.
I just... Don't fuck with me.
Tragic.
I'm sorry. Huh? But I want to change.
You piece of... What? What?
Huh?
I was jealous of your strength.
What?
No! What's wrong?
Damn you!
I just wanted...
Yeah, that's right. You son of a bitch! I killed Chihiro, even after all this time. I'm still just as weak as I've always been. And thanks to that, I did something I can never take back.
Look at him, you see? You're all just like him, for a secret from the past or a memory. For that, he killed another human being in cold blood.
Yep.
It can't be.
Well,
Ridiculous.
now then, I've prepared a very special punishment. Let's give it everything we got.
It's punishment time!
Sorry, man. I couldn't keep the promise we made. From one man to another.
is this?
Naturally.
Hey. However...
What?
Honestly. There is nothing to be done.
The night grew late, and I decided to return to my room, which is why when I stumbled upon him, I spotted Mondo coming out of the girls' locker room. After he had gone, I looked inside and saw the corpse. He was such a fool. He didn't even have the slightest idea that I'd seen him.
Well...
That's right.
Indeed, but that would have been the end of it. How boring would that have been? I mean, what a waste of time to have the answer revealed right at the beginning. Which is why I decided to lend a helping hand. Look, I thought it would liven things up. You did all this to liven things up?
But...
Well, obviously I would have revealed the truth before I reached that point. Of course. Thanks to a certain remarkable someone, it never did. And I was able to perform an interesting experiment.
Interesting.
Once I do decide to become the Black, and I now know who I have to watch out for.
Correct.
Are you satisfied?
Indeed. Hey.
What's this?
You...
Do you like him? But you know that this punishment, this is fair. It's not just for you. All this punishment is out of fair. It's my gift to mankind itself. I am not over-exaggerating. These punishments are meant to transform all hope to despair. Mean?
What the heck?
Mean? Good grief, I don't understand why you have to pick apart every little stupid thing. Whatever, it doesn't matter. But in the end, I'm gonna stand alone as a victor. And then everything will be revealed to me. The noble of a noble family. Truly, you understand me. I think this is the start of a terrifying friendship.
That's enough.
Shut up. I would never stoop to the level of a childish criminal like you. Let me just say this. After I have achieved complete victory, you're up next. I'm gonna find you and kill you, understand?
In the name of my family.
In the name of the Soprano's family, for which victory is a foregone conclusion.
You're getting all riled up!
So cool. It's like you're the main character of a video game or something. No trash mob for you. I swear, whatever it takes, I will kill you. Temper sounds like someone needs a map.
Well, anyway, like I was saying, this is a pretty good spot. Yeah, a really good spot. Anyway, isn't it amazing how that girl went and killed someone before things even had a chance to get boring? Once things really get moving, it'll be like a roller coaster. There won't be any stopping it. Fear and despair charge forward at a speed nothing can hope to match. But I must admit, I'm disappointed. I went to all the pain and effort of making you part of the group, and you couldn't play your part. You do remember you were supposed to make the first move, right? Well, no biggie. Nothing we can do about it now. So just do your best to make things more exciting from now on, okay? After all, that's what everyone wants to see. As long as you don't want to know my measurements, fire away! Ooh, my, you really took me by surprise there. I know I said you could ask anything, but super denied, ultra denied, demonic denied. Because you see, that's my ace in the hole. And nobody'd be dumb enough to reveal that, right? No matter how close they were to their friends.
Chapter 2, Boy's Life of Despair. The end. Ten left. Crazy diamond present. Okay, and that's gonna do it. Thanks for stopping by.